Peugeot is running the Esso Ultron team in this 2-litre event. And joining us now are the British driver Tim Harvey and someone with a bit of local knowledge around Mount Panorama, Neil Crompton. Good morning to you, gentlemen.
Good morning, Anne. How are you?
Very well. Now, Neil, you've got the local advantage, haven't you, knowing this circuit as well as you do?
Perhaps so, but these guys are pretty good in these cars, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's the first time that we'll have had the super touring cars at Mount Panorama. I've been driving a similar type of car in the US this year, but Tim and his teammate Patrick Watts certainly know the Peugeot inside out, and so what I might know in terms of the circuit, they'll more than make up for in terms of understanding the motor car. Indeed, yes, Tim. Well, yes, you've got the advantage with the car, but what about Bathurst? What about Mount Panorama for you?
Well, fantastic. You know, one of the world's greatest races. I've watched it on TV for 10 years and finally come here, so I'm really looking forward to it.
You haven't driven it yet, though, right?
No, not yet, although I've watched it on TV for 10 years. I know every corner on the track from that, so I can't wait to get out there, really.
Never like the real thing, though, Neil, is it?
No, not at all. It's a terrible place to go, Tim. It's hard, and they've changed the direction of the race this year. And no, it's a tremendous track, and I'm sure that all the visitors are going to enjoy it. You're probably right. In some ways, television doesn't do justice. You know, we see magnificent coverage of the race year in and year out, but it is spectacular. It's a very special circuit. It's like the Indianapolis 500. It's like the Le Mans 24-hour. It's a unique road racing course that's just over 6 kilometres in length with incredible rise and fall, and certainly, from my understanding, very different to the tracks the guys run on in Britain.
Yes, I was just wondering that, Tim. Yes, as Neil has described it, it is a unique circuit, and so therefore will you have to adopt any sort of new driving skills to conquer Bathurst, I suppose?
Well, the race is special in its own way. You know, we're used to racing sort of 30, 40 minutes flat out, taking a lot of risks and really going for it. Here we've got a race for 6 or 7 hours, and it's very much a team effort. It may not sound like we're teammates yet, but by the time we get to Sunday, it'll all be gelling. Peugeot will be going well. You know, it's a long-distance race. You can't win it just on sheer performance on the track. You've got to get the whole team working well and make sure nothing goes wrong.
I think it must be exciting for you as an international visitor too, Tim. You've driven in Europe, as you say, and across Britain and so forth. It really becomes more and more an international sport, doesn't it?
Well, it's very important. I mean, it goes out live in England as well. There's a lot of people who've been following it. The reaction we've had since we've been here, just from hotel guests, from everyone else, it's a big thing. And yes, it's nice to be part of it. And it is an international world event.
Yeah, and Neil, for you, these 2-litre cars, does this make it even more competitive than it ever was as well?
I think what makes it really competitive, Anne, is the fact that we've got the cream of the cream here. We've got people like the Williams team, like the Peugeot team, BMW, Audi, and so on. So these are the guys that run in a very intensive series in the British Championship. They run week in and week out. There's extreme competitiveness between the cars and the drivers, huge investments. So, you know, for me, it's a very exciting thing to be a part of. I'm certainly very pleased and proud to be a part of the Peugeot team, and I think it's terrific to see such, you know, high level of competition coming to Bathurst.
Yeah, great for Australian drivers as well that we have such international competition, and you can extend yourselves overseas as well then.
Yeah, absolutely. It gives you a chance to measure yourself, I guess, because you get a feeling for your own driving skills and the performance of your own team. And as I say, I've been driving in the United States this year in a car that's similar to this car that we'll be driving this weekend. And because there are so many teams, drivers and cars from so many different parts of the world, it's something of an unofficial world championship, I guess.
Yeah, I think it'll be fantastic. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Neil Crompton and Tim Harvey. Good luck on the weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And you'll see it all here on 7, of course. And have a good stay while you're here too, Tim. Good luck. Thank you. As